Hello, you guys. Welcome to another video slash episode on this podcast slash YouTube channel. Whether you are watching me right here on YouTube or listening on Spotify, welcome or welcome back. So, today, y'all, I want to talk about something that I am actually thankful that I have retired from speaking on for a little while. I'll always speak on it. Um, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to other people. It's how I've grown this beautiful following. Um, but being able to speak about it less and live more is a really beautiful experience. So I wish that on anybody else watching this. But if you guys don't know, April is Essay Awareness Month. I'll put what that means right there on the screen. If you know, you know. And unfortunately, like I said, I've grown my beautiful following with talking about my healing and going back to therapy and all the conflicted ways this messes with you. And in the name of the month of April, I got to talk about this and share some reflections. Um, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I am so happy to report that I'm almost 2 years free of this abuse. I left my abuser in May 2023. Right now it is April 2025. Guys, I cannot believe how quickly time has passed. Like, it felt like it was just a year. It felt like I love that I'm at this point where 2 years is like a while ago. It's still not a very long time, but it feels so far. And like reflecting on that really almost makes me want to tear up, because if anyone who's watching this video can relate, you know that when you're in it, when it's fresh, or sometimes not even when it's fresh, sometimes we process it later, it feels suffocating. Like, oh my God, like there's no other time in life that this is, I'm not gonna have a time in my life where this isn't consuming me. Like, ever. Like, I was 100% convinced I was always gonna have panic attacks, always gonna have nightmares, always like there's no way. Cause I'm like, there's just no way. Literally going through essay repulsed me from so many different things. I've talked about this in healing in videos before. Unfortunately, there's two different routes that people who go through this go through. Some people go through being hypersexual, and some people go through isolation. Just like, I don't want that. I don't want that with anybody. And I personally chose the isolation route. I even had trouble with like just within myself, like masturbating. Like, y'all, it was bad. Like, I was scared to, or it would be like I would try to, a memory would flood, and then I'll be like, it would be the cycle of me even scared to explore and find joy in myself again. And when I think about that, that's like so dark, because yes, with other people, obviously, if someone else did it to you, but I was like, that the fact that there was a time in my life where it even made me feel like I didn't like have access, or like in my own body. It's just like so sad. And I want to give her a hug. I'm living proof to anyone that it gets better. It gets better. If you ask what I did, especially my other fellow black people, marginalized communities who don't really fuck with the T word, after about 6 months of suffering, I had enough, and I took my ass to therapy. I sure did. I learned all about how I'm always freaked out and panicked out, and I could be having a good day, but my body is going through so many symptoms. Like, I'm sick and I don't feel good, and the day is terrible, even though physically my day is all right, and I'm just at work and I have a fun plan. Because you know what? The mind and the body are disconnected. And I felt so much better when I went to therapy. I was able to talk about this and finally feel like I'm back where when. And I'm aware of my body physically and also how my emotions connect. I'm so proud of myself, and I just want to say to anyone, because therapy is not for everyone, therapy is expensive. If there's one thing I recommend from being at this point now, it is talk to someone. But also, I know sometimes those words are like not always applicable, because talk to who, right? Like I said, I don't even like to get into it, guys. I went through this abuse from a romantic partner, someone who I was also consensually doing things with, but then assaulted me also. Um, Along with emotional abuse and just sexual harassment. That's what I went through at 19, 20 years old. When I say sometimes people don't have anything to talk to and how I'd be scared to even touch this because the way it fills me with rage and makes me want to stab someone is some people, this happened to them when they were children. It was introduced to them that way, and even so, some people have nasty ass family members who need to rot in hell, who it's been familial. And in those situations, like, I feel so blessed that I had people to talk to, and I had people who didn't judge me, and I had people who didn't care about my abuser. Those other situations are like so different. And I've just heard so many stories of people being gaslit or not feeling safe or their problems just being minimized. So when I say talk to someone, I don't mean those bitch ass enablers or victim blamers. I mean, when I say, especially on the internet these days, guys, there's so many dumbass opinions on the internet that people agree with. Don't let, like I said, enablers, gaslighters make you feel like, what, you're over exaggerating, blah, blah, blah. There's always someone who will agree with you. Because, like I said, Trump supporters exist. Dumbass people on the internet exist. There's always someone who will agree with a dumbass opinion. And your situation and your situation is not dumb. But I'm just saying, there's someone who understands you or has been through something similar no matter what people try to tell you. Talk to a friend, perhaps. What's so hurtful about this process is talking to people I know and not even knowing they've had a similar experience. And I'm like over here trying to talk because nobody gets it. Meanwhile, I have someone who gets it. If you can't talk to a friend, follow accounts that have information on this, that have people in the comments that can relate. Talk to me. Talk to me in the comments. DM me. Like, y'all, my heart literally explodes when I see people DM me like heartfelt stuff about the videos. Like, what? Someone's actually watching me? Like, I love it. Just find someone who's your safe space because you are heard, you are seen, and your situation completely matters. I don't give a fuck about all the dumbasses that try to convince you that it's not that big a deal. I don't, and you shouldn't either. But I know it's not that easy. Um, so yeah, just talk to someone. I just want to validate anyone who's watching this that I mean every negative thing I say about enablers, even if they aren't the predators or assaulters straight on, because that's like so many people need to hear that to their face. Because the amount of enabling that I see, especially in families, like I said, makes me want to, like, for real, like, rage feel. I'm not a violent person, but rage really fuels my body when I hear stories like this. And I really want to make sure that I validated anyone watching this, but I want to take a second and reflect back to my story personally. Because yeah, so like at this point, almost being 2 years free, but it's been a long 2 years of ups, of denial, of acceptance, of therapy, of anxiety, of just like so much of being more open. I'm at this point where what people say is completely true. Like my favorite little like saying, meme, like quote, picture, I don't know what to talk about it, is they say like grief or these bad feelings, they never shrink. Like it's like they're this circle and then like you are a circle like a little bit bigger than them, but it's just like it stays the same, but you get bigger, right? So it's like it's always there, but we move and it's always a piece of us, but we get bigger and we get more knowledge and all those things. That's exactly how I feel. Me last April, I'm having trouble sleeping. I'm in therapy. I think I'm last April I was definitely still in this mode where I was like, there's not a time I'll ever not feel like this. And now I'm at a time where I don't feel like this. And I've actually had my first relationship since being in abuse. And I've had new sexual experiences, also things that I'm like, I could never see that happening, like ever. They happened. I'm living proof. I even have a story time if you want to check on my playlist. Oh, this was what, maybe 9 months ago. My abuser actually reaching out to me apologizing for everything except that abuse. Talking about I never did that. Yeah, very expected. I just like I've been through so many different phases in my healing, and I feel like I've unlocked a new phase. I've unfortunately unlocked, I feel like sometimes when I do get in those moments where I'm so thankful that my mind is so clear and I have better memories to look back at, my mind and body feel like one again, and I've just learned so much, like I said, that I've grown so much that it doesn't affect me as much. I feel like I've unlocked a level of like almost comparison when I do have those moments where someone else's story triggers me or some little thing just takes me back and makes me remember like, oh my god, that did happen, that was a time. Is the way I feel like I'm doing so good now. I'm so calm, therapy helps so much, and also consuming terrible stories of people I feel like protective over. Sometimes I find myself just thinking like, now that I'm at this point in my life that I thought I'd never be at, I feel a level of comparison sometimes and like second guessing myself, which is literally like one of the first phases of going through it, but it's in like a different way now. Like I just consume these other stories and I think back to myself and I'm at this place that I never thought I would be. It's like I almost feel guilt again. And not the guilt that I felt when it happens and just feeling so not in my body and so like repulsed from the topic. I just feel like I have my story, I've healed so much in it. And then I hear these other stories of cases that I feel like, again, when it comes to kids or when it comes to years of going through stuff like that are so extreme, I think about like how hard it was for me 2 years, and even I still have fears of like other parts of my life and how it affect me. And how, like I said, I went through it as an adult. I went through it for some months. And then I hear these extreme stories, and I'm like, why? If it took me that long, it literally like hurts my heart knowing how much it affects other people and like makes me want, like, it just makes me feel guilt that this happens and compare my healing process to other people's process. It's like I've spent so much time feeling like my abuser still had a pull on me and was living inside my head, and I just like couldn't relax, to now where I'm at like such a better place. It's like I have peace, especially from the confrontation, I think. And it's like now I feel like my emotions towards it just go towards other people. And it's really heavy because I want to say it's like me being an outsider looking in now that I feel so like far from what happened to me. But then I also realized that's exactly why I feel so passionately. And I kind of hate when people say that because I don't mean that like 100%. Bitch, I would feel passionate whether I felt passionate regardless of before or after it happened to me. But again, when it's so deeply personal and you've been through a similar journey, you just you just know. And community just gives you like a different type of rage. It's like I'm so happy that I don't think about it every day and I don't have constant panic attacks and I can't like feel the memories anymore like I used to when I would have a flashback. But like I said, there's still so much that lives in me. I'm over here 22 years old. How old are you supposed to be when you get your first pap smear? 21. 21. And I haven't gone. I still don't plan on going. And I should, because cervical cancer is real. But I don't I don't want, you get it. I still yearn for better memories. I feel like sex is just like such a sensitive topic, especially to women, where like I said, I've had a relationship since my abuser now, where I have had consensual experiences. But as you guys know, now I'm healing from that relationship. And like I'm not healing from the same type of abuse, but I even look back at those memories sometimes where I'm just like, ugh. Like, I just came from a situation where I felt so used, not necessarily sexually, but watch my other videos and you get it. And I still just yearn to, like, I want memories of actually being truly loved and valued. And I don't know. Can someone who's like married or something tell me if, like, have you ever had like a situation that didn't work out where you can still look back at it and be like, that was genuine, or that was, because I'm not one of those people that looks back on my past situations, like my last ex, and is like, he never loved me. We were never in love. We definitely were. But it doesn't feel like what I deserve, like the type of depth that I deserve when I look back at those sexual memories. Does that make sense? I think this video is all over the place because the healing process is literally all over the place. So this is a great representation, I hope. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm so much better now. I've moved forward in so many ways. Still lives within me. Guilt and shame in different ways. Um, I have more of the capacity to look outwards rather than inwards when it comes to this issue, which I'm glad for. It just feels so guilty to know that there are some people who are still in what I was living in, um, because it feels suffocating. Oh, it feels suffocating to feel like no one gets you, to feel like um, nothing is happening, or the person who did this to you's life is just not affected. You feel shameful because you feel like this person is literal, because you feel like this person is a bitch. And why am I even like letting this like consume my mind? It's hard. It's really, really hard. And it's really, really hard for me to even like look at my past self that way and know that this still happens. And to a lot of people this happens silently. When I went through it, I was able to talk to my family, friends, a therapist eventually. There's some people who just hold it inside and don't feel like they have a safe space. And I just want to assure you that this page, whether I make videos reflecting on this or not, will always be a safe space. I have horrendous fears, y'all. I have horrendous fears. I want to be a mother one day. My parents couldn't protect me from this. I was an adult. I was in my own relationship. Um, I couldn't protect me from this because there's nothing to be protected. Like, there's nothing to be protected. People like this just are sick in the head, you know? And I'm just like, I can already see everything coming back when I'm a mother. That this is because I know how deeply this is, but there's so much abuse that can affect people and so many things in this world. I'm just like, this is like the one thing I just wish no one had to go through, and that I don't even want to get started on. Like I said, I don't like to worry about things I don't know that can't happen. But again, like I said, my parents are the greatest, and bad things still happen to me because this world is terrible and terrible people exist. And that's a huge fear I have, knowing the amount of care that I have for other people and like want to prevent these things, knowing at the end of the day it's gonna take like a lot more than me. Bring back shame. I literally made a video. I literally made a video in a couple weeks. Guys, this is not funny, but like, y'all know my emotions just go everywhere. Like, sorry. I made a video a month ago, saying bring back shame. Like, why do people like to use, especially, sorry, I have to say it, especially, I think it comes from religious forgiveness, because a lot of people are religious, a lot of people are Christian. Not all of you guys, and there's no hate to Christians. Some of y'all are cool. But this idea that We coddle people so much. Like, oh, but I still know your character, and if you just change and do this, bring back shame. I feel like shame is what stops people from doing bad shit. Like, I think I literally in that video mentioned when a guy told me he cheated on someone, and he was like, I feel like you're judging me, even though that was my past. Yeah, nigga, I'm judging you. Yes, I'm judging you. Like, don't try to gaslight me and act like that's not something to rightfully be judged for. Bring back shame, which is why I talk about the people who enable. Um, so I talk down on them because it's real shit. Like I said, bring back shame. If enough people see that there's something wrong with what they're doing, and there's something wrong for them not protecting and speaking up because that is part of the issue. It can't just be the victims. Yes, I'm judging you. Yes. Like I said, these situations happen in so many things. If your raggedy mama protects this person because it's familial, if that man's raggedy ass family protect, yes, I am judging you guys. I am judging you guys 100%. Fuck all of you guys, because you guys keep the cycle going and have just as much of a part. Yeah, shining light on this topic just makes me restless, guys. Just like, oh, I was about to say 4 years ago. 2020 was 5 years ago. 5 years ago. BLM, George Floyd. You know why cops finally got arrested? You know why there was rallies in all 50 states? Because people finally got tired and brought back shame. There wasn't enough people who cared and who were tired enough. The world got tired. We still need to get more tired. And that's just like, that's the kind of energy, not comparing. I'm not comparing as to one is better or the other. Because I hate when people do that shit. I'm a black woman, black and a woman and a victim and in America. Um, but like I said, I just want people to be as tired of me as me. So there's change. So no one has to feel this guilt. No one has to feel silent. No one has to feel like I'm just tired, guys. I'm tired. And like I said, it's less of being tired for myself and it's more of being tired at this world. Anyways, like I said, my main point of this video, validation for others. I'm living proof, my darling. Whether you're a man, a woman, a non binary person, please, I know it gets dark. I know it feels lonely. Keep going in whatever ways you need. That doesn't mean doing the most every day. If you need days to sit around and do that, I'm living proof that it gets better. It gets better. A year ago, I was scared to be in my ex's area. Now I wish a bitch would. A year ago, I couldn't see myself having another sexual relationship. I have. Um, like I said, I don't have memories where I can feel it. Like, I'm living proof. It'll get better. Unfortunately, I can't give you a timestamp. Um, but please, again, validation, validation, validation. I don't care who it is. I don't care if, well, was it SA or was it grape or was it molest? Like, I don't care. People know what they're doing. People know what they do. Like I said, don't let them gaslight you and try to make you feel stupid like my bitch ass ex did. I see you. I hear you. Stories matter. This is a safe space. Okay? Thank you guys for listening to this. Seriously. This episode, especially because, like I said, the episodes like this, sometimes when I have story times, when I even have a title, I don't even have a title for this one. I'm speaking from my heart because it's the month and I want to bring light. And it was very like healing and reflective for me. So I hope it did something for you. So I appreciate you guys. That's always what I try to lead with. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Virtual hugs, virtual hugs, virtual hugs. Because it was heavy, But at the same time, like I said, I'm all over the place because I'm a Scorpio, and this is healing. You feel down, and then my eyes water, and then I'll be trying to cry, and then this is just my personality. I'm sorry if I'm can't keep up. Um, Please don't forget to check out my socials link below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to chat. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Because again, why I do this, as chaotic as this video was, someone else gets it. I know you get it. I know you get it. I know you got some part of this. So yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.